Taqwa, as Ali ibn Abi Talib radiyallahu anhu explained taqwa, he defined taqwa. He said, "At-taqwa hiya al-khawfu min al-jalil, wal-amalu bit-tanzil, wal-rida bil-qalil, wal-isti'dadu li-yawm al-rahil." Where Ali radiyallahu anhu said, taqwa is that you fear Allah Azza wa Jalla wa Ala, and that you implement the revelation, and that you be pleased with little, you don't be greedy, that you be satisfied with little. وَالْإِسْتِعْدَادُ لِيَوْمِ الرَّحِيلِ, and that you prepare yourself for the day your soul will have to leave this world. You prepare yourself for that ultimate journey where the soul will then enter into the next world. At-taqwa, this is the change that is required from our hearts. This is the change that will then produce change in our actions. Let's look at those people who lived before us. What was their understanding and implementation of at-taqwa? Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, about whom Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu said, "Atqa an-nasi ba'da al-anbiya'i wal-rusul." Abu Bakr, Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhu said that the most pious person, the one that has the most taqwa after the prophets and messengers, is Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu. Let's look at his taqwa. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, whenever his servant would bring him food, he would question his servant about the source of food. He would ask him, "Where did you get this food from?" And when he would find out the source, and if he was satisfied about the source, he would eat the food. So one day his servant came with food and gave him the food, and Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu forgot to ask him about the source of this food. So Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu took one bite, and then the servant said, "Oh Abu Bakr, every time I bring you food, you ask me about the source of food. How come you did not ask me this time about the source of this food?" Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, realizing that he forgot, that he asked his servant, "Where did you get this food?" Then his servant said, "I got this food from a group of people that in Jahiliyyah, when I was not a Muslim, we used to deal with one another in sorcery." Allahu Akbar. Abu Bakr heard this news, that the food came from a group of people that used to deal with sorcery. Abu Bakr stuck his finger in his mouth and he vomited and threw out that one bite of food. Then Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, "لو لم تخرج تلك اللقمة إلا مع نفسي لأخرجتها." Allahu Akbar. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said that if that food would not come out except with my soul, I still would have pulled it out and threw it away. Look at the taqwa of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Not a single bite of haram would be allowed to enter in his belly, because he understood that eating haram had an effect not on himself, not only on himself, but on his children, his family, his rizq, and the akhirah. Where is the source of our food? What kind of food are we making iftar with? Where does it come from? As today we find that the source of our incomes, Allahu Akbar, we don't even know if it's from a halal source or a haram source. Let's look at Omar radiallahu anhu. Omar radiallahu read the words of Allah Azza wa Jalla wa Ala, وَقِفُوهُمْ إِنَّهُمْ مَسْئُولُونَ. Where Allah Azza wa Jalla wa Ala subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about the people on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Allah Azza wa Jalla said about them, "Stop them, they'll be walking towards Jahannam." Allah Azza wa Jalla said, "Stop them, hold them, and question them, for they will be questioned." Omar radiallahu anhu heard this ayah, read this ayah, figured out the level of accountability that every single individual will have. Imagine you get stopped by a traffic police, you get stopped by a police person, you get stopped by a policeman to check your credentials, and look at this situation here. You're being stopped by Allah Azza wa Jalla wa Ala. You will be held. You will not be allowed to move a step forward until you will be questioned and taken into account for what you've done in this dunya. Then Umar radiallahu anhu, after reading this ayah, he became sick for 1 month, where the Sahaba would visit his house day after day, simply because of this ayah, simply because his understanding of the accountability of the akhirah. Look at this person's taqwa, despite the fact that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Abu Bakr is in Jannah, Umar is in Jannah." The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said this in their lifetime, that they will be going to Jannah, and that the closest ones to the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the Shaykhani, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and Umar radiallahu anhu. But despite that, look at their fear of Allah Azza wa Jal. Look at their taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today, we all think we're walking into Jannah because we do little deeds. A person said, I don't have to give sadaqah, I don't have to give charity because I know with yaqeen, this is what he said, I know with certainty that Allah Azza wa Jal has built for me palaces in Jannah waiting for me. Allahu Akbar. There's nowhere in the Quran, there's nowhere in the hadith that says this person is going to Jannah, yet we feel like we're the first person to enter into Jannah. Omar radiallahu anhu said that if everyone were to go to Jannah except one person, I would be afraid that one person would be me. Look at the taqwa of these people. So